Miss D for Six Women Sports. If you like what you hear, please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Well, let's get into it. I know I'm a little late. Let's congratulate the Southern Lady Jaguars for their opening play-in win against UC San Diego. That was their first win in team history. And yeah, so I'm very proud of that they got that win and made it uh, their first victory in team history. So they are in the Spokane region, and unfortunately, after that dynamic win, which I watched some of the win, it was very they could shoot, but they going against the powerhouse in UCLA their next game. So they're in the Spokane region, and I want to start with that region since it's closer. Let's see. So UCLA, Southern, you got Richmond, Georgia Tech, Ole Miss, and Ball State. And I think Ole Miss would win. They got enough offense to beat Ball State. You have Baylor and Grand Canyon. Some say Grand Canyon is a sleeper. Yeah, they can shoot. Baylor is a little bit too big for them. We'll see how they handle the physical play of Baylor. You have Florida State, George Mason. Florida State should handle that game. You got LSU with San Diego State. They will handle that. You got Michigan against Harvard. You got can't think of it right now. At Michigan State. Dr. Harmony, I'm sorry. That's what we call her. NC State and Vermont. And they will win that game. So, looking ahead. I hate to look ahead. UCLA will play Georgia, I think. Georgia Tech. You'll have Baylor playing Ole Miss. That's going to be a great game. SEC team play physical defense against another big team of the Big 12 to play physical defense. So that's my prediction for that for the second round. I think Florida State, and LSU would be a classic. You got Latson, Tipson, and they got some scores as well on the outside, and of course the Big Three. That's gonna be a high scoring game, maybe. I don't see a lot of defense being played. I might be wrong, but with the threes of Florida State, how they shoot the three, and how LSU score, we'll see. It's gonna be very exciting to see that. So that's the matchups that I see. So you're gonna have Michigan against NC State. That could be a close game. You got you gonna be in for a treat. Shayla Swords. Oh my gosh, she could shoot. She gave I saw her when she played the Gamecocks of South Carolina, and she gave them problems in Las Vegas. They will give NC State problems. I think NC State will pull it out with Rivers and James. I think they'll pull that out. So that's the first half of Spokane region. So those are the teams that will get there, and so my prediction for to kind of let's say the second half of the Spokane, and that's the first California team. Let's go to the second California team. That's number one, and that's Southern Cal. So they will go up against their first round matchup, UNC Greensboro. I don't know too much about that team, but I do know that Southern Cal, of course, got the best player in the country, Juju Watkins. You got Kiki, and you got Marshall. They will give them a hard time. I think they're bigger, and so they will move on. You have California and Mississippi State. That could be a toss-up. California can shoot. Mississippi State can score as well. I will give a slight edge because of the physical play. SEC is very hard to come out of. I'm gonna give a slight edge to Mississippi State. I think they would play physical, and I don't think California ready for that. Next we have Kansas Fairfield. I'm going with Kansas State Fairfield. I'm going with Kansas State. They got Aoki Lee, another player to watch out for. So now we go down to Kentucky Liberty. Kentucky will win that. Iowa Murray State. Iowa win that. You have Oklahoma and over the Gulf Coast. Oklahoma win that. They bigger. Oklahoma State against South Dakota. I'm gonna pick Oklahoma State, and you got UConn versus Arkansas State. UConn will crush them. So now, looking at the other matchups after they, get rid of who they get rid of. So now we will have Southern going against Mississippi State. That's an interesting matchup. I think Mississippi State will hang in there, but they will lose eventually in that game. You have Kansas going against Kentucky. Kentucky will win that with their guards, Georgia Amore, and yeah, she would. That would be a close game. I think Aoki Lee would play pretty good. That's a close game. I give it to Kentucky. So now we go down to Iowa versus Oklahoma. Oh, that's interesting. To me, this is a toss-up. Which Oklahoma team is going to show up? Can they get their shot off as far as the threes? How's Reagan Beers her energy? Because Iowa is a very underrated team. People thought since they lost Caitlin Clark that it's going to be hard, but Iowa will spoil some people's dance. So you have Oklahoma and Iowa. I'm going to pick Iowa. So no, did I miss one? No, Oklahoma State versus UConn. UConn will crush them. So coming out of that region, you're going to have Southern Cal play. I would say Southern Cal is going to play UConn, and it's going to be a close game, and I will give the slight edge to UConn. So moving to the other region, of course, I'm kind of biased. My team, the South Carolina Gamecocks against Tennessee Tech. Predicted to be an easy win. You have Utah versus Indiana. They play very similar. They both love to shoot the outside shots. I would give a slight edge to Indiana, even though they had Utah have the better record because of the the conference they play in. The Big Ten is tough. Slight edge, so that'd be a close game. I would give it to Indiana. So then you have Indiana versus Southern California. I would take Southern California, South Carolina, and they'll win. It'll be a nice game. So let's go with Alabama and Green Bay. Alabama will beat Green Bay. They'll win their game. You're gonna have Maryland versus Norfolk State. Maryland. So you're gonna have Alabama versus Maryland. And since Maryland, they got Sellers, but they battling with some injuries. They're gonna miss McDaniel, who they lost earlier in the season. And I would go with the veteran Alabama, with Nye. And they're big players they have on Alabama. I think the physical play of Alabama will be a little too much for Maryland, and so I would give that to Maryland. Alabama. So next we have West Virginia versus Columbia, Washington, and North Carolina versus Oregon State. So whoever West Virginia play, they'll win. So it will be North Carolina, Oregon State. I'm gonna give a slight edge to North Carolina, a little bit bigger. So it will be West Virginia, North Carolina. North Carolina will win. You have Vanderbilt versus Oregon. Slight edge to Oregon. You have Pierre, and you have Michaela Blakes. That's enough to beat Oregon. Deja Kelly, I will see how she plays. She played good, but they will lose. Duke and Lehigh. So you probably have Duke versus Vanderbilt. I will get a slight edge to Duke, but it could be either way if Michaela Blakes and Pierre get off. We'll see how that handle. So coming out of that region, of course, I think South Carolina would come out and beat all those teams. So the fourth number one, Texas. They would go against William and Mary. Okay. At High Point. So you have Creighton. I'm gonna skip over that. Creighton and Illinois. Slight edge to Illinois. They will play Texas, and Texas will win. We'll see, because Texas sometime, what Texas is going to get? You stop Maddie, Booker. You know, you might have a slight chance, but they are big. So slight edge to Texas. They play Illinois. So you have Tennessee, South Florida, Tennessee. You have Ohio State versus Montana State. Ohio State. So now you have the battle of teams who like to get up and down the court and shoot threes and high pace. What team will show their will and will themselves against the other team? So you have Tennessee and Ohio State. If Ohio State break their press and they get a dose of Jelani and Cody McMahon, they can win. This will be a close game, but I would give a slight edge to slight edge. We'll see how Tennessee, if they three and bust. You know, if they press going, they shoot a three, they dangerous. But I will get a slight edge to Ohio State. So we go down to Michigan, Iowa State. I think that'd be a good matchup. Kayla Swartz. I said Michigan State. I'm sorry on other. I have to go back. Kayla Swartz against Ohio State. Well, that's gonna be good. I mean, Iowa State. Audie Foot is good. The rest of the team, I don't know. I would get Michigan State because they can shoot besides Kayla Swartz. So they will move on slightly against Iowa State. You have Notre Dame against Stephen A. Austin, I think. They have win. You have Louisville versus Nebraska. So you'll have a Louisville Notre Dame matchup, and I think that Notre Dame will win. You have TCU against FDU. They will win. So you'll have you'll have Michigan versus Notre Dame, and I will give it to Notre Dame. You have Louisville versus TCU. I will give that to TCU. So my predictions, Final Four wise, can be some upsets. I will pick UCLA, Southern Cal, South Carolina. Maybe UConn. Yep, maybe UConn. I don't see Texas. They're probably the weaker of the number one seeds. I want to go back. I said Michigan State is in the Spokane region. I'm trying to see. I said Michigan State. I'm sorry, Michigan State versus Harvard. I said Michigan State. So Michigan State will win that game against Harvard in the Spokane region, slightly over Dr. Harmony. I said that. So that's my prediction, and the game April 6th is my prediction is so South Carolina Gamecocks will go back to back, and but Texas is the weakest link in the number one seed so far, and so that's what I have for that. So I just wanted to come over here and say my predictions for this bracket, and congratulations to Southern, but it might be your only win, but that's good for HBCUs to get some exposure. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I'm out.